Hello everyone, I'm your host Akanksha Mishra and you are watching our YouTube channel TNB Academy. So let's start with today's session on Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals were launched in 2015 with a powerful promise to end poverty, protect the planet and ensure prosperity for all by 2030. Every government stood together and pledged to act. But today, the question that echoes worldwide is uncomfortable yet necessary. Are governments doing enough? This session opens with that bold inquiry. While some nations show progress, many others are falling behind. This is not a session about blaming or shaming governments. It is about uncovering reality, breaking down what has worked and what has failed, and exploring what must change urgently. SDGs are not just 17 goals, they are humanity's survival plan. And if governments fail, everyone pays the price. Now, first of all, let's discuss SDGs versus reality, the widening gap. When the SDGs were adopted, governments promised measurable targets. But UN reports show that more than half of these targets are off track. Some are even moving backwards. Yes, governments talk about development, sustainability, and climate goals, but implementation remains slow and inconsistent. Many countries face political instability, short-term electoral priorities, funding limitations, weak planning, and lack of coordination. While global events like COVID-19, conflicts, and inflation disrupted progress, deeper issues lie in governance, leadership, and long-term vision. The SDG ambition is huge, the action is not. Now here is the reality check, goal by goal. SDG 1, no poverty. Governments have launched welfare schemes, subsidies and social programs, but poverty reduction has slowed. The pandemic pushed millions back into poverty, exposing weak safety nets. Even digital benefits were hindered by inaccurate data and corruption. SDG 2, zero hunger. Hunger has risen in several regions. Climate change, supply disruptions, and conflicts have made food more expensive and less accessible. Many countries still depend heavily on important crops, making them vulnerable to global price swings. SDG 3, good health and well-being. COVID-19 forced governments to upgrade healthcare infrastructure, but after the crisis, momentum dropped. Rural healthcare, mental health services, and preventive care are still underfunded. Health inequalities remain a major challenge. Now we have SDG 4, quality education. Schools are expanding, digital classrooms are growing, but learning outcomes remain low. Many governments focus on infrastructure rather than teaching quality, teacher training, and practical learning models. SDG 5, gender equality. Many countries enacted laws for women's empowerment, but violence, wage gaps, and lack of leadership representation persist. Policies exist, but enforcement is inconsistent. SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. Water access has improved, but issues of contamination, leakage, groundwater decline, and waste mismanagement remain widespread. Governments often focus on building systems, not maintaining them. Then we have SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. Renewable energy is rising, and some countries excel in solar and wind energy. However, millions still lack reliable electricity, and many governments still subsidize fossil fuels. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Job creation has not kept pace with population growth. Informal work dominates, lacking security benefits and career growth. Automation threatens many traditional jobs. Now SDG 9, industry innovation infrastructure. Digital transformation is booming in some countries but lagging in others. Bureaucracy, slow reforms, and outdated technology remain major obstacles. SDG 10, reduced inequalities. Income gaps continue to widen. Rich-poor divides, rural-urban disparities, and unequal access to opportunities remain high in many nations. Governments have yet to implement strong redistributive policies. SDG 10 Reduced inequalities. Income gaps continue to widen. Rich poor divides, rural urban disparities, and unequal access to opportunities remain high in many nations. Governments have yet to implement strong redistributive policies. Next is SDG 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities. Rapid urbanization is causing traffic congestion, pollution, housing shortages, and unsafe public transport. Small city plans exist on paper but struggle in implementation. Now we have SDG 12 Responsible Consumption and Production. Waste generation is increasing, recycling is low, plastic use is high, and lifestyle change campaigns rarely lead to long-term transformation. SDG 13 Climate Action. This is where the gap is the widest. Most governments agree on climate action in global conferences but still expand coal plants, permit deforestation, and delay climate policies. Climate promises often exceed real action. SDG 14 and 15 Life below water and life on land. Policies for conservation exist, but enforcement remains weak. Illegal mining, overfishing, land degradation, and wildlife trafficking continue to damage ecosystems. SDG 16 Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. Corruption remains a global issue. Many governments struggle with transparent governance, slow judiciary systems, weak law enforcement, and political instability. Now SDG 17 Global Partnerships. International partnerships are improving, but funding gaps remain massive. Many governments still depend on foreign aid rather than building sustainable domestic systems. Now let's discuss why governments are struggling, the real barriers. Governments face several deep-rooted challenges. First is short-term political thinking. Leaders focus on quick wins for elections rather than long-term sustainable plans. Second is funding limitations, as debt crisis and inflation reduce development budget. Third is weak governance, where corruption, bureaucratic delays, and lack of interdepartmental coordination slow progress. Fourth is the lack of reliable data, which prevents accurate monitoring. And finally, global crises repeatedly push SDGs down the priority list. Pandemics, wars, climate disasters, and economic recessions. Now we have some success stories also, governments that are doing it. Right, despite challenges, some countries are achieving remarkable SDG progress. Nations like Denmark, Sweden, and Finland have strong social welfare systems, robust governance, and climate-focused policies. Costa Rica is a global leader in renewable energy and forest conservation. Singapore's efficient governance model makes it a global benchmark for sustainable urban planning. Even within countries, certain states or regions like Kerala in India stand out due to long-term investment in health and education. These examples prove that political will, transparency, and smart planning lead to real results. Now, what governments must do now? The road ahead. Governments need a fresh approach to accelerate SDG success. They must shift from announcements to accountability, ensuring transparent progress reporting. Budgets for social programs, climate action, and healthcare must increase. Strengthening public institutions, reducing corruption, and improving digital governance is essential. Engaging youth, communities, and businesses will create shared ownership of SDGs. Governments must also modernize data systems for accurate tracking. Most importantly, climate-first policies should guide all development decisions. So, is 2030 still achievable? The hard truth: realistically, many SDG targets will not be met by 2030. However, missing targets does not equal failure. What matters is whether governments intensify their commitment, scale up action, and build long-term continuity. The next 5 years are critical. We can still reduce poverty, strengthen health systems, improve education, accelerate climate action, and build resilient communities if governments act with honesty, urgency, and cooperation. So, what citizens can do? Your role matters. Citizens can influence SDG progress by voting for leaders who prioritize sustainability, holding governments accountable, reducing personal environmental impact, supporting ethical brands, joining community initiatives, and demanding transparency. SDGs are not only a government responsibility, they are a collective responsibility. Now, here is a global wake up call. As the session concludes, one message stands clear. The world cannot afford to ignore the Sustainable Development Goals. Government must accelerate action, businesses must innovate responsibly, and citizens must raise their voices. The SDGs represent humanity's promise to itself, a promise of equality, justice, sustainability, and hope. The truth is that governments are not doing enough, but the future is still within our control. If we act now, together, we can turn ambition into achievement. The SDGs are not just goals, they are a movement, and the next chapter depends on all of us. That is all about today's session, and I, Akanksha Mishra, will take a leave now, and I will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy. Thanks for watching, and do like, share, and subscribe TNV Academy for more such insights.